what are your thoughts on and views on all-weather and golden butterfly asset allocation portfolios, which are meant to do well despite any stock market event? For those of you who don't know, there's a portfolios that were constructed by Ray Dalio. One of them, they're based around holding a set asset allocation forever, and some people think they're almost like the holy grail. And really what happens if you look at them, they're based around holding some equity exposure. Most of it's in the US because it's a US concept, and quite a significant bond exposure with a little bit of gold in there that's thrown in for good measure. Now, I've not gone through and crunched the numbers on these portfolios, and the 80-20 investor research covers things like this. And about 5 years ago, I came up with a bit of research and I decided, is there a perfect portfolio out there? Ignoring anything else that had been done before, if I looked at the average return from any fund, so it had to be any fund at all that was, regardless of the sector, looked at how it performed since ISAs came into existence in the year April 2000, was there a combination of assets that meant that you made money in every tax year, a positive return in every tax year? That includes across the fallout from the dot-com bubble, the financial crisis, and even up to now. Obviously I've updated it, but at that point 5 years ago, it was obviously up to just after the financial crisis. And could it also have outperformed the FTSE 100 over the entire period? And the asset mix I came up with was quite simple. It was a combination, effectively, without giving it away, was of equities, but predominantly, again, in fixed income, particularly gilts, and a bit of cash. And this particular asset allocation it's been tested all the way through the last 5 years, and it's held up, even the tax year that's just passed. So do I think these perfect ideas do work? Yes, they do exist because I created one, but they won't be foolproof, and they have produced very good returns. The one thing obviously we'll say is that a lot of them are based around bonds doing particularly well and continue to be doing really well. And you could argue that we are in the midst of a bond bubble. So just like equity markets have been in a bit of a bubble, collapse at some point, then these portfolios will also struggle. So yes, they work. If you want to look at the perfect ISA portfolio that we created, then you can go and take a free trial of 80-20 Investor.